So where the last episode had the halfway point of the season end with punching everyone in the gut with the Horde taking Selenius, the first thing we open up with is them totaling a coastal village while Glimmer mainly leads an evacuation and retreat. The opposite of what she declared she would do last episode, and it kind of shows here with how frustrated she looks and acts with the whole situation deteriorating, being unable to do much but evacuate, especially with Hordak right there, standing almost mockingly at her. There is no silver lining here beyond them just getting the spy out of their way, despite Bo's attempts to find one.
We're picking up the pieces. I'm sure we can turn this around.
Still unclear to me as to how taking Selenius has given the Horde such a massive advantage, but nobody's got a solution for this, and Marista's just
more ice cream, because I'm the princess of ice cream now.
moping in a bathtub with ice cream. And Glimmer and Adora continue to have a new spat when the latter learns Glim went out on a mission without telling anyone.
Again? Glimmer, you can't just keep going off on your own.
The main response Glimmer has for that is last time Adora said that she stayed behind and her kingdom fell apart. Again, there isn't any side it feels worth taking in this. Glimmer is frustrated because she feels she's being told to sit around and do nothing, yet just jumping into the fray like she wants can't be wise. I mean, it's the thing she's been doing throughout the whole series with mixed results. And when things have gone well, it was mostly through luck, so Adora's concerns are valid too.
I'm the queen. You don't give me orders.
But
don't talk to Bo like that.
Adora, it's fine.
Yet I can't help but feel that Adora is being a bit too overbearing and protective of Glimmer. It just seems like Adora is taking Angela's promise of looking after the others a bit too seriously, because Glimmer can mostly take care of herself. She just needs to finally learn to stop, charging into situations and thinking she can figure out everything on her own.
I need to stop the Horde any way I can. We're done for today.
Both are acting like kids really, same as last time, with Bo caught in the middle, not sure how he could possibly remedy this whole thing.
I've never seen Glimmer like this, or Adora. Just wish I knew how to help them.
And then we have Seahawk, totally out of the blue,
Not pre-planned at all.
decides that in the middle of this emergency to take Bo out for a night on the town to relax, something Bo himself shows little resistance on.
Why not?
Grand! And then my brilliant secret plan can begin.
Doesn't involve satisfying your long desire to torch boats you own. Anyway, Bo goes with him and Swift into the bar they met Seahawk in. All the while the war they're fighting is still falling apart, and you'd think it would be all hands on deck for that.
Last time I was here, it was with Adora and Glimmer. Things were great. Not like now.
Bo's still depresso espresso over the fact he cannot help Glimmer and Adora through their spats when aiding his friend has been his chief role in the group.
Could be the rebellion's darkest hour.
Yeah, and you guys are getting diabetes in a bar. That stuff's not alcohol, right?
This drink is extra sour.
I mean, I guess this is a Netflix show. I wouldn't put it past them. And then... Okay, so Seahawk sings a shanty about how rough it is when friends fight, but it's good to be there for them, and Bo joins in singing how things will probably turn out okay, which is, I mean, it's kind of off to me because Bo is blatantly not there for Glimmer and Adora, nor the rebellion in anyone's time of need right now. He's at a bar singing a song and getting swords pointing at him. What?
It's an ambush!
Whoa, better! It's a kidnapping!
So, Seahawk's secret plan he not too subtly hinted at having is to have his mate Bill fake kidnap them to get everyone to unite to save them?
They love rescuing people.
I mean, it's not the stupidest plan I've ever heard of. The main hurdle I can find is that when everyone figures out that Seahawk wasted their time with a fake hostage situation, they're gonna be mad at him.
Hey, Bill, did you get taller?
At least that was the biggest issue until...
And when did you get that scar? This might not be Bill. No, this isn't Bill.
Meanwhile, take a guess as to what Adora and Glimmer are doing this episode. No, you don't get any prizes. That sentence was rhetorical.
Glimmer, what is going on with you? I know things are bad right now, but we can fix it.
Glimmer is just frustrated that everything is falling apart. She's unable to fulfill her promises in any capacity.
Why is that always your answer to everything? Things are worse than ever.
And is placing her grievances solely on She-ra.
It is not my fault the but Selenius fell. The Horde manipulated all of us.
Because Adora's supposed to be Etheria's hero and isn't doing a good job in her eyes.
She-ra was supposed to save us. Aliens in a worse place than ever since you showed up.
All the while, Seahawk is...
I know how to get a message to my sweet mermister. She taught me how to speak seagull.
yeah, doing whatever that is. Then we learn who not Bill really is.
Admiral Scurvy, my old friend.
These names are killing me, I swear. Basically, someone who's salty about the time Seahawk set a ship on fire. Sorry, not a ship.
I've had to rebuild my last 3 ships because you set them on fire.
This is why I totally believe this man has a fetish for putting boats to the torch. It's one thing to set your own ships on fire because you think everyone believes it's endearing. It's not to set a gondola on fire while he and Mermister are using it to go through a tunnel of love attraction. But setting fire to someone else's ship 3 times in a row, their very livelihood?
Honestly, who does that?
Unless they get some kind of sexual thrill out of it, I don't see why Seahawk would do this. Anyway, Scurvy is not going to have Seahawk walk the plank because they're worth ransoming for cash. Honestly, I can't bring myself to blame him considering what Seahawk did to him.
Whatever Seahawk has done in the past, can't you put that aside for the sake of your friendship?
And Bo ends up losing a lot of hope in the BFS, especially after they get sold off to the Horde and it doesn't seem like his 2 friends are coming to save him.
You know what? It's not easy being the friendly and upbeat guy all the time. And I get that it's hard being friends sometimes. So why am I always the only one who's willing to work at it?
I mean, his biggest defining trait is how he aids everyone, no matter who they are, and being unable to do that for his best friends leaves him feeling more than a little useless. And Glimmer and Adora's argument, well, keeps escalating.
I'm trying my best. Why can't you see that?
And have you ever been immensely angry at someone, like so much so that you say or do something in a fit of rage you wouldn't normally do? Well, that's what happens between Glimmer and Adora here.
Well, maybe your best isn't good enough. If it was, my mother would still be here.
It's a sentence that Glimmer instantly regrets, and I think it hits especially hard for Adora. I mean, recall, the blonde was there when Angela made her sacrifice, who spoke with Angela and have her talk about how this whole situation is my fault, and how it was her indecision and cowardice led to the Horde situation escalating to this point. And, man, Adora was crying when it happened and filled with this type of silent rage when she was back. Glimmer does realize what she said was a bit too far before she can say anything.
The boys are in trouble! A seagull told me!
So now the two gotta drop everything to go save the boys.
We got magic incoming!
What?
Which, yeah, they do so, and... okay, so Mermista is still such a mood, but she starts singing this Rock's remix of Seahawk's Shanty, and I find it kind of funny because it's a musical number about it being great to stand and kick asses besides friends. And it's funny to me to see these two have this fun little musical number because of how it juxtaposes how badly Glim and Adora have been falling out these past few episodes. Even if they do fight alongside one another, it's more out of necessity to save Bo. And by the end of it, Glimmer tries giving Adora this half-apology smile that the blonde doesn't return, because of course not. Adora feels like she hasn't been doing a good job. She isn't the hero everyone needs.
I know what I have to do, Bo. I'm going to look for Mara's weapon.
With Angela's death weighing even heavier on her than before because her own daughter, her friend, is now blaming her.
Maybe it can turn the tide of the war for us. It has to.
All the while, Glim gets even more frustrated that she didn't just accept her half-ass apology smile.
Glimmer doesn't need a weapon, she needs her friends.
No, she doesn't.
Once more, leaving an unresolved problem between these two. And it feels like it just keeps piling up.
But it doesn't matter. I will fix this, no matter what Glimmer thinks of me.
Kachura in this episode starts off speaking with Hordak on how well things are going, and the man himself expressing a desire to finally be entrapped in the field because, you know, he still thinks she betrayed him, and putting Kachura into an auxiliary role while he takes charge of the army.
Oh man, even when he's winning, Hordak is annoying.
Kitty Cat gets a little annoyed by then, and even complains to Scorpia of all people.
Meet me at the Sea Gate. I want to take a break anyway.
So Kachura calling Scorpia for a break felt out of the blue, especially after what happened like 2 episodes ago. And while Catra waits for her because, for one, she wants to spend time with Scorpia because they were genuinely developing a friendship last season, she seems to have suddenly remembered.
Listen, I'll kill you if you tell anyone this.
And I think perhaps it is this feeling that she may have wronged Scorpia in a way that leads her to partially open up to her.
But I thought winning would be different.
Catra has been very bitchy towards Scorpia and Gab, mainly because she's been consumed by her desire for revenge and victory against the rebellion and Adora, lashing out at anyone who's not aiding and expediting the process to that goal. It's the reason why she's been so excessively rude to Scorpia and even her own squad, except after that
"You're a bad friend"
thing, which left her stunned. And I really don't believe Catra's one for apologies, so perhaps this is an attempt to connect back in some way by being vulnerable to someone she trusts.
Or at least more, I don't know, fun?
Or I suppose I should say the only person left she believes she can trust. I think this is especially true considering Catra is getting exactly what she wants, yet she doesn't feel all that better for it. And remember last season when Scorpia posed the question of why should they bother to return to the Fright Zone? She's never truly been happy there, she never truly cared to be there. And Catra never really responded to that question, interrupted by her seething desire for revenge against Adora because it looked as if Shadow Weaver abandoned her for the blonde. However, while Scorpia is the only person she really could have talked to about some deep-seated reservations about her goals,
Stop being so sensitive. Get over it and talk to me, Scorpia.
she isn't there.
Scorpia? Scorpia?
And racing back to the Fright Zone to barge into Scorpia's room, we get this. There's no dialogue, it doesn't get overly expressive, it's just this expression of shock and a flat expression that I believe says, "Oh, I chased her off, didn't I?" I honestly believe there was no chance for turning Catra around to the good guy's side because this season was all about making Catra look even more like a dirtbag. Plus, her shoving Scorpia away prevented what could have been a moment where she perhaps have been able to pull away from the destructive path Catra has glued herself to. But there are little sympathetic traits being developed for her. Earlier on in the season, she had a nightmare about Entrapta and her opening the portal, detailing how she might have felt a tad of regret over those things, yet her response is to ignore it outright, and even grow hostile towards Emily because she's basically the biggest link Entrapta has left in the Fright Zone, steadily turning Catra into an irredeemable piece of shit. All this is what makes her character turn around in Season 5 all the more impressive in my book. So that was episode 8 for Season 4 of Overanalyzing She-ra. If you like this video and want to see more, hit that thumbs up and the subscribe button and bell to get notifications about the next episode. I try to update this series every Thursday, so please share with other fans, and also check out my channel for my video essays, music analysis, and complex character series. You might find them enjoyable as well.